It is the weekend. This is Joburgtv News. I'm Gail Fasaki with the top stories. 3 trucks set alight in Free State and amid service delivery protest. Zondo commissioned to probe disbandment of scorpions, and SEP set up 24-hour command center to deal with protests. 3 trucks were set alight last night on the R76 road in Stainsrus in the Free State. This as service delivery protests continue throughout the country. One truck driver was slightly injured as he was hit on the head with a stone, allegedly by protesters. Truck drivers were forced to abandon their vehicles before they found refuge at the local police station. One of the trucks were also used to block the road before it was set alight. Police are continuing to monitor the area as more than 60 protesters were arrested for public violence and are expected to appear in court soon. Meanwhile, protesters have been warned that action will be taken against them if the ongoing protests nationwide continue on Election Day. The Minister of State Security, Duba, says they are aware of the recent spike in service delivery protests and shutdowns that remain a concern and will not hesitate to act against those responsible for the protest. A decade after it was disbanded, the State Capture Commission has heard it will investigate why the Scorpions was shut down. Evidence leader Advocate Paul Pretorius started proceedings yesterday with an opening statement to explain that the Commission will now deal with the capture of the law enforcement agencies. The first witness, former IPID head Robert McBride, testified about the involvement of crime intelligence in high-profile investigations which were designed to get rid of obstructive officials such as Hawks bosses Anwar Dramat and Shadrach Sibia. Pretorius said that by 2004, the Scorpions had taken 380 cases to court for prosecution. McBride is expected to continue presenting his evidence today. National Police Commissioner Kehla Sitole says a 24-hour command center has been set up to tackle a spate of protests that erupted countrywide this week. He suggests that the criminal elements are leading the demonstrations. The commissioner was speaking at a briefing on the police preparations ahead of 8 May elections. Sitole said the police are taking proactive steps to ensure they weed out criminal elements within service delivery protests. Authorities said that they are concerned about the possible disruption of elections due to the process. But IEC's Commissioner Musutu Mwepea says they are ready for any eventuality. Sitole says all security measures are being taken to ensure a smooth election. And now, Tata Atimchali has your sports updates.
A Fiki Friday to you. I'm Tato Atimjali with your sports news. Chiefs to release 3 players. Justin Hodden leads the Masters clubhouse, and Coach Davis believes Amla is ready for the T20 challenge against the Warriors. Kaizer Chiefs will release 3 players at the end of the season. Gustav Paez, Bongoletu Kyaiya and Joseph Muhlangani will leave the club as their contracts expires in June and will not be offered extended contracts. Paez has been shut out of the first team under coach Ernest Middendorp, while Muhlangani broke his leg in the early months of the campaign and has been in rehabilitation ever since. South Africa's Justin Hodden did it once again as he fired a 3 under par 69 at the Masters to seize the clubhouse lead. The 33-year-old found a bunker at 18, which gave him the overall lead, while Tiger Woods was 1 under through 10 holes and Roy McIlroy on level par. And lastly, the Cape Cobra's assistant coach Faik Davis believes Hashim Avla will perform well in the CSA T20 Series Challenge against the Warriors that takes place at Boland Park today. This comes after the Proteas opener took time off to be with his ill father and has been out of form since their last test series against Sri Lanka. But assistant coach Davis hopes the 36-year-old will find himself soon. That's all from the sports desk. It's back to you, Gail.
Over to your traffic and weather updates.
Thank you, Gail. It is a happy morning, and looking at your traffic in Rensfontein on the R28 road has been closed due to a protest action at Mahlekane, and motorists are urged to use alternative routes. Road report on the N1, there's a police checkpoint causing queuing traffic towards the Albertina to Sulu Road exit. Melrose on the M1 road, there's a car crash near Athol Auckland's Road exit. And Jumiston on the N3 road, there's a stationary truck near Eland's interchange. Motorists should drive carefully. With your weather updates, Johannesburg and Sandton at 21 degrees Celsius, Pretoria is 22 degrees Celsius, Midrand at 22 degrees Celsius.
And that's all from the team and I. Catch you next bulletin at midday. Goodbye.